Miter flanges can be added to an edge or a series of edge by creating a sketch and then choosing the miter flange tool. It's generally the easiest to first select the miter flange tool, select the edge that you want to create the miter flange on, and SolidWorks will create a plane to drop that sketch on, and it'll automatically bring you into a sketch. Then we can go ahead and draw in a profile for the flange. For any sharp corners, it'll add in whatever our default radius is, or a radius that we specify. And if we add in an arc, it'll forego that radius and just follow the arc. Once we have the sketch done, we can select out multiple edges. We could select all 4 of these if we want. We can also change the flange position. As well as control the gap between the mitered flanges. And I'll just make this a little larger, make it a little bit more pronounced, and you can see that new gap. We also have the option of changing the start and end offsets. You'll want to keep in mind that this only modifies the initial edge that you selected. So you're generally not going to want to use that setting or the offset for a miter flange with more than one edge. Just like most of the other sheet metal tools, you can control your K factor, as well as change the default radius. This is a relatively simple geometry to add a miter flange to. You may have, I don't know, something like this or something more complicated. And so the way in which you select an edge to create your miter flange is going to make a difference. If, for example, we want to create a miter flange running along this border, we want to select the inside as opposed to the outside, as the outside won't allow us to connect the miter flange. And I'll just go ahead and demonstrate what that looks like. So because I clicked closer to this edge, it created the sketch on this side of the part. And so if I try to select out these edges, it'll allow the selection, but won't show a preview because it's not going to allow me to create the flange along these edges. Alternatively, if I select the correct side of the edge and then drop my profile, then I'll be able to come in and create the miter flange. One thing to keep in mind also is that these edges have to be connected in order for you to be able to create a miter flange. For example, if I choose out this edge, I can draw out a miter flange on this edge, but I won't be able to select out this edge to add that flange, as it's not connected to this face. But that's how you use the miter flange tool. You can create pretty much anything you can think of in terms of a profile you can add to your part, as long as you're using the tool correctly.